Welcome back to our apex-math.com discussion of geometry for rotations and reflections. Part 1, we talked about the simple slides when we do a translation and the dilation. And we were just beginning to discuss our matrices and how these particular matrices here are different from the identity matrix. With matrix 1, we notice that the new matrix here is identical to the identity matrix with the exception of the fact that there are negatives in front of the ones. So what does this tell us? This tells us that the matrix after its transformation is going to look exactly the same, except all the numbers in the top row and the bottom row are going to switch to their opposites. Let's look at matrix 2. Again, very similar to the identity matrix. The only difference is the top left one is a negative, although the bottom right one is still a positive. So this is going to tell us that we're simply going to take our top row and change the signs. The bottom row will stay exactly the same as it was. In matrix 3, we can see we have 1, 0, 0, negative 1. It's just sort of the opposite of what we just did. Instead of changing the top row signs like we did in matrix 2, for the bottom row here is going to be changed instead. So the top row stays the same, and the bottom row we switch the signs to their opposites. Now let's look at the next one here, matrix 4. Matrix 4 looks very much like the identity, except you can see the ones and the zeros have switched places. So because of this switching, what you're going to do is you're going to switch your x and your y values. So you know that matrix we had with the quadrilateral? Those points on top, those 4 numbers, are going to be switched to the bottom 4 numbers. And the numbers that were on the bottom will switch to the top. So when you switch the identity matrix so that the ones are in the opposite location, it tells us to switch the rows of the matrix we're transforming. Matrix 5 has that same thing with the switch, but now look that the negative 1 is in the top row. So what that means is first we do the switch, and then we take the new top row and we make all of those signs the opposite of what they were. Let's look at the next one. We have 0, 1, negative 1, 0. Again, you can see we're still in the switched version, so we're going to have to switch our x and our row axes, our x and our y axes. And in this case, after we switch them, we want to make our new bottom row have opposite signs of what it had originally. And finally, matrix 7 here. For this matrix, we want to switch the rows, and we're going to switch all of the numbers to their opposites because we have a negative on both the bottom row and the top row. So when doing reflections and transformations such as rotations, we are going to apply different matrices depending on what we're reflecting over or how much we're rotating a particular shape. So if we want to take a shape like a triangle and reflect it over the line y equals x, then the resulting matrix would be multiplied by this. I'd take this matrix and multiply it times my matrix for my quadrilateral or my triangle or whatever it is that I am dealing with. And I think we're going to be running out of time on this video, and we're going to have to move into part 3, and so I look forward to seeing you there.